Create your dream sanctuary. Unlock your true potential with personal growth strategies. Nourish your body and spirit with expert wellness tips. Don't miss out on the inspiration you need to live your best life. Tune in to the Design Studio this and every Saturday from 1 to 3 p.m. and take the first step towards a more fulfilling you.
Make me sweat, make me harder.
It is God who always is pursuing us. Not we trying to pursue God, can't find him. And if you are frantically trying to get God to do this or that for you, my advice for you is chill out and realize that God is saying to every one of us, be still and know that I am God.
Learn more on Leading the Way with Dr. Michael Youssef.
Leading the Way airs on Sundays 11 to 11:30 a.m. on Nationwide 90 FM, the new revolution in media.
Come into the parlor, there's a welcome there for you.
Welcome to the Mayor's Parlor with Desmond McKenzie.
From 1 to 6 p.m. every Sunday, you'll now get more of your favorite vintage music.
Put your head on my shoulder.
Nationwide 90 FM will transform your Sunday into a musical time machine that will take you way back.
Come with me. Let's go back in time.
This magic moment.
Journey into yesteryear with Desmond McKenzie in the Mayor's Parlor.
I've got the music to jog your memory and make you smile.
Put your sweet lips a little closer to the phone.
Sit back, relax, and enjoy the best in vintage music.
Come into the Mayor's Parlor every Sunday between 1 and 6 p.m. here on Nationwide 90 FM, a revolution in media.
They've lost homes.
Everything is gone. I've no house, I've nothing.
They've lost power.
No water, no food, no light, no bed. Jamaican people need desperate help.
Some haven't heard a familiar voice in days.
The last thing I said to my sister, please be safe. And that was the last time.
For others, hope is starting to ebb. But together, we are rebuilding Jamaica one parish at a time.
We have to try. We have to try. Can't give up.
Join Nationwide 90 FM from November 21 to December 19, every Friday from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. as we broadcast live from Westmoreland, St. James, Trelawney, Hanover, and St. Elizabeth, helping families and communities rebuild after Hurricane Melissa.
And you can help too.
Bring your donations, non-perishable food, water, hygiene products, lighting, or recovery supplies to our office at 14 Ocean Boulevard, the Digital Building, downtown Kingston.
Let's show the true strength of our nation: unity, compassion, and care. Together, we can rebuild lives and restore hope. Nationwide 90 FM, the revolution in media.
Give us strength. Never let I fail. Me sing, on every pressure who no more. You illiterate and foolish, you might on a cook. And you now go get no work, and your teeth like a puss. Send me granny with a purse, I hit you off the joke. If I see them, I hold your red and big tonight, you puke, me look.
Good evening and welcome to another episode of the A-Team Radio Show right here on Nationwide 90 FM. You are listening to Damon Scarlett, and it's a privilege each and every Friday evening to join you, listeners and viewers, on air as we bring you this weekend study program, as well as your student resource toolkit for academic learning. This evening we have some special persons who are going to be coming on to speak with us today, and we each and every Saturday, well, not Saturday, I'm jumping ahead of myself, it's the weekend, but each and every Friday we carry you through various CXC and CAPE subjects, and you want to stick around because there are going to be some special series that we're going to be having here on air at Nationwide as we seek to continue to help our nation students, especially those who have been affected by Hurricane Melissa. So joining me this evening will be Mrs. Crystal Daly Thompson. She's a dynamic marketing leader and brand strategist and former Miss Jamaica Festival Queen, but she holds a very important role as the Director of Marketing and Client Relations at the Overseas Examinations Commission. And she'll be talking to us about what the Commission is doing to help our nation's students, especially at this time, and how does that impact the examination curriculum moving forward. I will also have a conversation with Mr. Christopher Romans, and he is the principal of the Black River High School. And so we want to hear from him how things have been going on that side of the island. So joining me this evening, of course, is Mrs. Daly Thompson. Crystal, are you with us?
Yes, I am.
Oh, hi. Good evening. How are you?
I'm well, thank you. Thanks for having me.
Yes, no problem. And I know, especially at this time, through the work of the Commission and partnering, of course, with CXC, there's a lot of work that has to be done, and as well in the terms of liaising with the Ministry of Education. But I just want to start by just asking if you could just give us a quick overview of the OEC. When we talk about Overseas Examination Council, what is the role and function there?
All right. Well, firstly, we recently celebrated our 138th year. Wow. So we're 138 years old. Yes, we're that old. Wow. We've been in the business since 1877. Wow. And we've been incorporated under the Ministry of Education in 2005 as a commission. And we are administrators for the local and international exams and for the regional CXC exams, which includes CAPE and CSEC, among others. So we're the ones that, who set the standards in the schools as it relates to the administration of exams, how they are to be treated, and we ensure that everything is fair and properly managed so that students are properly assessed. And we don't have any issues such as cheating and mismanagement of scripts and all of those kinds of things. So we provide that kind of structure and regulation. Right. We also offer opportunities for Jamaicans to sit international exams with other exam providers such as Criterion, Pearson VUE, Prometric, and so on. We are also a center for the International English Language Test System, IELTS, as we call it for short. So you'll find that a lot of students next year, when they would complete their exams, they'd be looking forward to migrate overseas or go to a college somewhere, and they may ask of them to submit scores for an international English language test as an international student. And we are an approved center for that test, along with another version called CELPIP, which is really the out of Canada, but functions similarly to IELTS.
Okay, so it's not just CXC and CAPE that we know about. It's all encompassing, if I can put it that way. And as you touched on about the regulations, well, thank you for sharing that, because that's really educating us, because I really did not know that as well. So the Overseas Examination Commission, responsible for administering various examinations in Jamaica, including secondary, post-secondary and professional level assessment. So, but I do know that as we are in the Hurricane Melissa, post-Melissa recovery mode, I know for the OEC that there are some initiatives that you're undertaking at the Commission. So beyond administering the exams, let's talk about how is the OEC actively stepping in to support the nation as we recover from the devastation of Hurricane Melissa.
Yes, definitely. I mean, recovery and stability is our focus at this time. We've been galvanizing efforts internally, that's from our internal staff members, to support even our staff members in Montego Bay, as St. James was one of the parishes that was badly affected. So internally, we're galvanizing effort. And also, too, from internal efforts, we will be supporting the recovery in the other parishes, aligning ourselves with the Office of Disaster Preparedness and Emergency Management.
Yes.
As it is, the government encouraged that we align ourselves with charity groups, voluntary groups, and so on that are listed on the GOJ website. So to avoid, there's a lot of discussions even on the news about the traffic and
Yes.
a lot of things that are happening. So it is safer, more structured, and for better accountability and so on, we will be aligning ourselves to provide additional support to the rest of the parish through our Hands and Hearts, OEC Hands and Hearts Recovery Outreach Initiative for Hurricane Melissa. And that's just galvanizing efforts internally. But we've also partnered with the National Parent Teacher Association, and we will be talking a little bit more about that in terms of what we'll be doing to support the children, because they have been disrupted.
Yes.
And though Kingston was not badly affected, we are feeling all the emotional unsettlement as it is now. Because when we look and we see what has happened in the various parishes, and when we also see how many schools have been affected and so on, it's having a ripple effect. And so we have to step up and do the best that we can to help to support the recovery and to stabilize our students, because the education of the nation students is very important to us. And so we are partnering with the Parent Teachers Association to do some things.
Okay, great. And I know you have a seminar forum coming up, but we'll talk about that in just a moment, because one of the things, what is critical right now is the whole matter of building resilience, right? And talking about the financial recovery and how we can manage that. So many students have faced, yet again, a major disruption. Can you speak to what the OEC is doing regarding the upcoming May, June CXC examination schedule? Because right now, that is a big question on a lot of persons' minds.
Right. Okay. Well, we are not able to speak to exam dates because that would be specifically from the examining body, which is CXC. But what we can speak to, as we are the local registrar for CXC exams in Jamaica, we can speak to the extension of the dates for registration. So we've been in dialogue with the government-run high schools.
Yes.
And those students have already been informed of their date. I don't want to inform of the date here to confuse anyone, but the schools have been informed of an extension of the date for registration. And we welcome private candidates. Now, private candidates may include adult learners or persons who may wish to transition into different careers, and they need to have their CSEC or CAPE subjects before they can matriculate to higher learning. And we have that registration deadline marked as December 9th. We also have our Cambridge exam registration deadline being the 23rd of January. So in being considerate to the disruption that Hurricane Melissa has caused, we have extended the registration period.
Okay.
And so, yes.
All right, so just repeating that date for the extension, the deadline there, December 9th, that's for the
December 9th, and for CXC exams, that's the deadline for registration. And on the 23rd of January is when the Cambridge registration deadline ends. Now, if persons are interested in registering, they can go to our website. We have an online platform now called OEC Online. Persons are able to go online and pay online. If they do not wish to pay online, they can come into any of our offices and complete an application form, and they can pay with a debit or credit card only. We don't receive cash in office.
Okay. I want you to hold that point for me, Mrs. Daly Thompson. When we come back, and from the other side of this break, we'll pick up some more on that and the partnership with the National Parenting Association.
It's the weekend and the youth are taking over the airwaves. Yes, we are the new voices and faces of the Talk Up Youth radio show. The voice of the Jamaican youth right here on Nationwide 90 FM.
After a busy week of work and school, come and wine with Jamaica's #1 youth radio show.
We're bringing you entertainment, fun facts, and staying true to youth development and advocacy.
Catch the action each and every Saturday as we roll out buzzy segments. What say you?
Youth for chat.
Life skills.
Global Connect.
And Bust the Youth.
That's the Talk Up Youth radio show, Saturdays 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. on Nationwide 90 FM.
Talk Up Youth, Miss Effie.
Talk Up Youth. Don't miss it.
Exciting news! The Design Studio on Nationwide 90 FM just got a whole lot bigger. Join us this and every Saturday now from 1 to 3 p.m. for an exclusive show that elevates your home, mind, and soul. Discover the latest interior design trends to create your dream sanctuary. Unlock your true potential with personal growth strategies. Nourish your body and spirit with expert wellness tips. Don't miss out on the inspiration you need to live your best life. Tune in to the Design Studio this and every Saturday from 1 to 3 p.m. and take the first step towards a more fulfilling you.
Make me sweat, make me harder.
Me sing, bup, bup, bup. On every pressure, who no bup. You're illiterate and foolish, you might on a cook. And you're not gonna get no work.
Welcome back to the A-Team Radio Show right here on Nationwide at 90 FM. This is your weekend on-air study program, but this evening we are not necessarily studying, but we're getting familiar with the regulations that are in place by the Overseas Examination Commission. And we're speaking with the Director of Marketing, Mrs. Crystal Daly Thompson. Just before the break, she was telling us that as students, administrators, there has been an extension to the registration deadline. For CXC, it's December 9th, and for the Cambridge exams, it will be the 23rd of January. So, Crystal, you made reference to the holistic support and the partnership that are necessary at this time. And what is the OEC offering to help students and parents cope with the stress and the financial uncertainties, especially after the disaster of Melissa?
Yes, man. So we are partnering with the National Parent Teacher Association, as I mentioned, and we are going to be having 2 events, and these events are going to be online. First, we're going to have on the 25th of November. So we need everybody to mark their calendars, tell your friends and all the persons who are not listening to this program at the moment that the OEC will be streaming live on our YouTube channel at Overseas Exams. That's the name of the all our social media handles, Overseas Exams. We'll be streaming live on YouTube or a webinar on mental health and financial wellness. And why are these 2 things important? Of course, even before Melissa came, we had a lot of focus on mental health awareness and so on in Jamaica. And it's even going to be more important now, more than ever, for us to zone in on that, knowing that the trauma that persons would have experienced having gone through Hurricane Melissa. And we are hearing different terms like survivor's remorse, survivor's regret, and different things like that. And so we want to ensure that we're giving persons the tools to be able to navigate the various feelings that they're going through. And I can tell you, sometimes I'm thinking and I'm saying, when many persons see the sky get dark and the clouds are rolling in, you will have PTSD and wonder, oh my God, what's going to happen now? Are we going to be flooded? You know, so a lot of those things. And so we're going to have special guest speakers to speak on that. And we're going to have a particular financial institution who will be backing the financial wellness discussions. I won't mention now until further notice, but this will happen on the 25th of November at 6 p.m. So that is what we're doing. We're building resilience and managing financial recovery in this difficult period. We're helping people to do that.
Yes, and that's very important, and I'm really glad to hear that. And as you mentioned about the partnerships, because the truth of the matter is, it's not even just the students alone, it's also for the parents, because they too are going through it. And as you mentioned, even after such a disaster, these natural disasters, the emotional stress and as you mentioned, the trauma, which includes depression and anxiety and all of that,
Yeah.
and especially in this time when you are supposed to be focusing on your exams, your external exams,
Yeah.
that kind of pressure that comes with that. And I'm really glad to hear that the commission is partnering with the parenting association to help with that. And I'm sure, as you said, with the financial partners that will come on board, so we'll give them the different options that are available to them, and the kind of tools and strategies that they can use to improve there. So beyond that, though, as you touch on the whole matter of wellness, so beyond the wellness aspect, how is the OEC helping the students to recover the lost academic time, especially those who are preparing for the CSEC and the CAPE exams? Because time is of the essence and time flies.
Yeah.
And the conversation now is about the whole matter of the possible learning loss. So what will you be doing? Talk to us about that.
Yes. Okay. So again, in partnership with the National Parent Teacher Association of Jamaica, we'll be hosting a 2-day marathon.
Yes.
All right. Yes, a 2-day marathon, and we're going to run the marathon for 12 hours on each day, starting from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. All right. So we are going to be inviting some top teachers across from Jamaica to lead on key subject areas scheduled throughout respective days. So on the 16th of December, we'll have sessions on CSEC subjects.
Okay.
Again, these will be streamed via our YouTube channel that's Overseas Exams. That's or handle for our YouTube channel. And on the 17th, we'll be focusing on key CAPE subjects. So that is what we're doing. And of course, you don't need to register. You don't need to pay anything. This will be free. And the teachers will be going through past paper questions and helping the students to prepare themselves and feel a little bit more confident. Because by the time you blink, it's the end of December. We're in January. February is a short month, March, and then we're heading into strong preparation for May, June. So as it is, this is what we are able to do to help to give them the confidence they need to succeed. So we need all the students who are preparing. Even if you're a private candidate, you can log on to our YouTube channel or any one of our platforms, and you'll be able to see live classes being taught from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. on the 16th of December through to the 17th of December in key subject areas.
Okay, and that's really remarkable and commendable. And we continue to do that here as well at Nationwide on a Friday night. So we do try to bring in our teachers and our tutors to help our students in that regard. And so that will continue as well. And one of the things too, while you mentioned about the YouTube and streaming that kind of session, is that they will, whenever persons get an opportunity to get back the connectivity, because we know that there's still persons who are working through that, they'll be able to go back to the YouTube channel and to look at those sessions and to get the insight from the teachers regarding the key subject areas that you'd have mentioned. So that is really commendable. Putting the technology to use, as we would say, right?
Indeed. I mean, COVID taught us how to pivot, and I know COVID was more disease focused, but a disaster is a disaster. And of course, this is kind of similar in a sense where it has caused some disruption to the society, and we have had to learn how to pivot. That was a word that we learned in COVID. And again, it is very fitting now as we're learning again how to pivot, considering all the disruptions that Hurricane Melissa has caused for us at every level.
Right. So we wanted to also say that we're doing this as well to help families and to show that we also care and we continue the work of development and investment into their education. As it's always said, that education is the passport or the gateway to the future. All right. So in closing, then, what is the single most important action students and parents should take today? And also, if you could talk to us about the OEC's commitment moving forward.
All right. So first, we'll encourage them, go to the website and ensure that you check the dates. I know that we mentioned them here.
Yes.
The 9th is the deadline for private candidate registrations, and the 23rd is for the Cambridge GCE exam. The schools have already, the government-run high schools have already been informed of the extended registration date. The second thing I would say, mark your calendars for the 25th of November. That's week after next, for our webinar on mental health and financial wellness. That's going to be very important for you to hear, and you can listen in with your parent or so, but this is primarily for the youth. And of course, you'll hear more from the particular financial institution on reaching out to the parents.
Yeah.
And we just want to remind you that on the 16th and the 17th of December, no, do not be caught up with, oh, well, it's not Christmas as usual, and you get lost in all of that. Stay focused. December will end and January is a new year, and then here it is, you have this exam to face. So mark these 2 dates for those who are doing their CSEC and their CAPE. December 16th and 17th, to go on our YouTube page or any of our social media platforms to witness the live streaming of classes being taught, key subject areas for CSEC and for CAPE. And we just want Jamaica to know we stand with you, and we will continue to provide the foundation for Jamaica's future success. As it is, the OEC is Jamaica's examination hub.
Yes, thank you for that. There's something that just came to mind, though, Mrs. Daly Thompson, that for a student there who is going through the fields of it all and saying, why should I even bother to pursue the CXC CAPE thing? We just come through the pandemic, and now here we are again, and we're trying to build back, and they feel frustrated, and they might be listening. I want you to just leave with a final word of encouragement for those students.
Yes. Well, disruptions happen in various forms the world over. But one of the things we have observed is that when all that is, upstirred, when the dust settles, when the storm is over, life continues. So you don't want to give up on your future. You don't want to lose hope in the midst of all that is happening. You want to still have your future in sight and your plans ahead of you, and you push forward towards that regardless of what is happening.
Yes.
So, COVID happened now about 4 or 5 years ago. So just as COVID has passed and we had to continue going to school, continue learning, pushing ahead, please, I urge you, keep your future ahead of you and do not lose sight of your goals, and get certified by sitting your exams. It will prove for you beneficial and an opportunity for you to continue to develop and to grow as an individual.
Wow, thank you. Well said, and I'm sure it's also well received. I want to thank you so much, Crystal Daly Thompson, the Director of Marketing at the Overseas Examination Commission. Can you just tell us again your social handles and how they can contact you?
Okay, that's Overseas Exams. That's our social media handle for Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, TikTok. And you can reach us at 618-3721, 618-3721. Our website is overseasexams.org.jm.
Okay, thank you. There you have it. Director of Marketing and Client Relation, Crystal Daly Thompson. Thank you so much. And when we come back on the other side of the break, we'll be joined by Principal of Black River High School, Mr. Romans Sunko.
You now go get no work, and your teeth like a puss. Send me granny with a purse. I eat you off the joke. If I see them, I hold your red and big tonight. You puke, me look and say,
For over 30 years, Chris and Charles has been financing your goals, dreams, creating your great moments. Celebrate the occasion with us. Borrow $1 million, pay less than $25,000 monthly, and get 30% off your processing fees. No guarantor needed. Call 876-920-4189 or WhatsApp 876-838-9028. Conditions apply. When you think loans, think Chris and Charles.
Success starts now. The Overseas Examinations Commission, in partnership with the National Parent Teachers Association of Jamaica, is powering your future. Get ready for the CSEC and CAPE online marathon. 2 days of intense review with excellent teachers covering key subjects. December 16th and 17th, 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. But success is more than just grades. Join our mental health and financial wellness webinar on November 25th at 6 p.m. for essential life skills and support. This crucial initiative is brought to you with the generous support of our partners, the National Parent Teachers Association of Jamaica and the Overseas Examinations Commission. Study hard, live well, register and join both events live on the OEC's YouTube, TikTok, and Facebook channels at Overseas Exams.
It is God who always is pursuing us. Not we trying to pursue God and can't find him. And if you are frantically trying to get God to do this or that for you, my advice for you is chill out and realize that God is saying to every one of us, be still and know that I am God.
Learn more on Leading the Way with Dr. Michael Youssef.
Leading the Way airs on Sundays 11 to 11:30 a.m. on Nationwide 90 FM, the new revolution in media.
Me sing, every pressure you illiterate and foolish.
Welcome back to the A-Team radio show. We are talking about education support, and we are continuing the development of our nation students as we seek to build back and we go through the recovery period. We just ended a conversation with the Director of Marketing and Client Relation, Crystal Daly Thompson, at the Overseas Examination Commission. And as you would have heard, that they are partnering with the National Parenting Teachers Association as well as to help our students and also parents to get the necessary encouragement and the tips as it relates to financial recovery. And not only that, those special days that they will be having the examination marathon, so you don't want to miss that. I believe about a week or two ago I would have mentioned trying to make the communication with some of the teachers and the principals in the western side of the island, and tonight we are joined by the principal of the Black River High School, Mr. Christopher Romans. How are you doing, sir? Good evening.
Good evening to you and your listeners. I'm doing well.
Okay, I know you've been busy, and today also was a very busy day for you and the staff and the community as well. And just generally speaking, what has it, maybe you can just give us from your vantage point, what has it been like for the schools in that side of the island and just your communication with your other colleagues from other institutions?
Well, the persons who I have been in contact with,
yes,
and those that I've seen posted information have suffered significant damages. It may range from classroom to other kind of infrastructure around. But I think one of the issues that affect us most is how the hurricane has impacted our students, their families,
yes,
and the general community. You know, it does appear as this is a catastrophic situation for most persons within that geographic area.
Right, and are you still there, sorry, Mr. Romans?
Go ahead.
Oh no, I was just checking if you were still there. Yes, definitely the impact there on the community and especially families as well. Maybe you could just walk us through what you have been able to do thus far since the passing of the hurricane.
All right. So what we have been able to do as a staff is we have mobilized their resources that staff members have access to in terms of preparing what is the common term nowadays, care packages.
Yes.
I have managed to procure some tarpaulins through friends of the school, which we have delivered to staff members, both academic and support staff.
Right.
Preparing reports to the board, the ministry, to get me a sense of the level of damage and growth, keeping the staff in the know as to what is happening next. Today we had our cleanup day,
right?
Which I believe was a very successful day. I mean, when you approach the campus and you see all the debris scattered all over the place, the damages to the different areas, it was quite overwhelming, but we came together today.
Yes.
With the support of the Jamaica Defence Force. There was a detachment there. Major Bailey, who's in charge of the team at Loana, he sent a team down for the past 2 days, doing prep work. A group from KISS stopped by along with their president, and although they came a little bit late, but they did an awesome job in doing some finishing touches. They brought care packages as well.
Right.
I'm also in contact with other schools. St. Hugh's High School principal have made some commitment, and Jago as well. They are coming by on Monday. So we have reached out to the different, and we have been contacted by persons who understand that we are in what is called nowadays the ground zero in Black River.
Right.
And are very concerned about our ability to restore and move forward.
Yes.
But as a staff, I think we are quite motivated in terms of getting things ready so we can meet the ministry's timeline, or even before the ministry's timeline, to get our exam students back in the campus, because we know that having students engaged at school is the best thing for them in terms of recovery.
Yes, and quite rightly so. And as I was just talking to the representative from the OEC, and she was sharing there about the extension for some of those students who are going to be doing the external exams. And I don't know, have you been able to speak to students? Because I know students would come from different communities as Sir Romans, and we've been hearing reports of roads being cut off and families disconnected. What have you been able to, in terms of the school population? Have you been, well, through your team and your colleagues, of course?
Okay.
Yeah. How has that been going?
Through my personal visits to communities to drop off items, through the information shared by year supervisors and other teachers, I have learned that there are some students who have left the parish and are probably residing in other places, pending the restoration of their homes. There are some students who are just waiting to get back on the campus. Some students are worried about their level of preparation in terms of their lost books, uniforms, and they may be thinking that they're not ready for school. Those who came today for the cleanup were quite eager, asking for, when school will be reopened. So it's a mixed thing, and I know that in talking to one parent, she said that she had to send her son away because the young man was quite shaken up about the whole event. Because the experience for a lot of persons, although we have been making fun of a lot of the storm experience, but it has been quite catastrophic for some of the kids, especially young folks who have never been through. I mean, some older folks, many of us have not. I've never been through this kind of serious event.
Right, especially at a Category 5, yes.
Category 5, and seeing the aftermath. But the support, I think the flow of the milk of human kindness, I think has been overwhelming. I am by the school sometimes, and I see regular Jamaicans driving, asking where they can, who they can give to or for direction to where persons are that they can give, and that is really encouraging.
Right. Trying to get beyond what the current realities are.
Yes. Right. So we now have to be thinking, I mean, how are we going to support our students when they return? Driving through, I live in Westmoreland, driving through from Westmoreland to the Black River, seeing the dislocation, we're thinking that we may have to extend our breakfast program in the morning so that when students are at school, I mean, they can get something, we're looking at other support for those who have lost their uniforms, a uniform drive to assist those, and in our personal restoration, because our auditorium which hosts most of our events and even our marathon sessions.
Yes.
And I think it will have contributed significantly for our improvement in maths last year. I mean, the roof of that is totally gone. So if there are any good Samaritans out there listening, that's an area of need. And the fact that there's no power in Black River and limited internet service, we are looking at put in place alternative source of power, internet. So, those are key things for any successful school operation. And then again, the staff members too, because a lady said to me today, having to leave her home where she has not yet settled and she's doing cleaning to come to school to clean. But at the end of the day, she felt different because we're there as a family to support. And the fact that I can move around and probably even drop off 2 tarpaulin to somebody whose furniture gets wet every day, lift the spirit. And that's what we have been doing, and that's what we'll continue to do until there's some level of restoration. We have good support from the board in terms of reaching programs to support staff and students as well.
Right.
So it is a daunting task to get all the pieces back, but one day at a time, and I try not to stress myself over it, and I don't underestimate what needs to be done, but I try to plan ahead, put programs in place. We're having a final meeting on Monday with my senior staff so that we can finalize a recovery plan and get cracking for the remainder of the school year.
Right. Well, that's a lot, and I know, as I said earlier on, that your plate is definitely full as you think about not only just the school but the community itself and getting things back to some sort of normalcy. I know, Sir Romans, that there also is an emergency field hospital that is that still in operation there?
Yes, there is.
Okay, and how has that been in terms of the presence of this field hospital on the field and just supporting the wider community?
Well, I would say it's a blessing. The Samaritan's Purse, the person who operate the hospital, they have demonstrated it to be good, or the term is corporate citizen.
Right.
They have established water point, somewhere on High Street, just about where case is. They have been running clinics, and there is good communication between the persons on the ground and staff at the field hospital. I know we have details to work out in terms of how we coexist, but I think these details can be managed because they appear to be a responsible person, and we are also responsible persons. So I am not yet overly concerned about that fact as yet. But I know things that increase traffic in terms of aircraft landing, doing their case box or dropping off items it's something that we have to deal with. But I think we will find our way around it. I know there'll be some inconvenience and there'll be some ways to coexist, and there'll be some benefits from it, I think, from them in there. Yeah.
All right, I just wanted to hold that point for me, Sir Romans. Let me just take this break, and when we come back, we'll pick up that part of the conversation. This is the A-Team Radio Show. We are speaking with the principal of the Black River High School.
Come into the parlor, there's a welcome there for you.
Welcome to the Mayor's Parlor with Desmond McKenzie.
From 1 to 6 p.m. every Sunday, you'll now get more of your favorite vintage music.
Put your head on my shoulder.
Nationwide 90 FM will transform your Sunday into a musical time machine that will take you way back.
Come with me. Let's go back in time.
This magic moment.
Journey into yesteryear with Desmond McKenzie in the Mayor's Parlor.
I've got the music to jog your memory and make you smile.
Put your sweet lips a little closer to the phone.
Sit back, relax, and enjoy the best in vintage music.
Come into the Mayor's Parlor every Sunday between 1 and 6 p.m. here on Nationwide 90 FM, a revolution in media.
Everything loud and wicked every Saturday 3 to 5 p.m. with Outside with Pepita. Loan vibes, loan laughs, and loan entertainment. Come on the road with me. Cause when we say Outside with Pepita, we're there all over Jamaica. Anyway, check them out. We're there. We're in on the business. Stay tuned in for prizes, surprises, giveaways, guest artists, and enough more. But hold on there. Don't forget to big up my DJ. DJ Jerome, the shell boss, I'm gonna make your bust to pew pew with the maddest, baddest, and latest tune. So look out for Outside with Pepita. We might be coming to a town near you. You heard it here first. Outside with Pepita, Saturdays 3 to 5 p.m. on Nationwide 90 FM. The new revolution in media. Jamaica, lock it in and don't miss a thing.
Me sing. If you pressure who no more, you illiterate and foolish, you might on a cook, and you not gonna get no work.
Welcome back to the A-Team Radio Show on a Nationwide 90 FM, the best revolution station in Jamaica, and like I always say, across the world. We are having a conversation with Mr. Christopher Romans, a principal at the Black River High School, just today that they had an opportunity to do their cleanup day. Well, I'm not saying that today was the only day that they were doing cleanup, but like all schools across the region, their cleanup efforts have been ongoing, but today was a special day for them to come together as the community of individuals there, the community of Black River High School and the past students, and they're trying to get back to normalcy. So, Sir Roman, just before the break, we were talking about the field hospital and moving forward and coexisting. But before we go, what I would like you to tell us is that what's the plan? I know you're going to be meeting with your senior staff on Monday, God willing, but in terms of the communication plan to reach the students and parents as well, I'm not sure if you're able to say how the school will navigate that so far.
All right, so we have been using our WhatsApp groups.
Okay.
But we are recognizing that there are a number of students who are without power and without service in some areas. We'll have to use
because of the fact that power is still being worked on in terms of the restoration, and maybe in terms of sending out to those reminders and the because of the fact that power is still being worked on in terms of the restoration, and maybe in terms of sending out to those reminders and the updates in terms of emails and so that's something perhaps that they'll have to look at, and I'm sure all schools will be looking at their communication plan in terms of how they move forward from this point, but what is important is the building back and the resilience, as you heard Sir Romans sharing with us that people are just trying to get back to normal, and even though the realities are there before us, life still goes on, and we still have to do the everyday activities, especially those who work and all of that. I also want to say to us that here at Nationwide, we are focusing on rebuilding Jamaica, and we have our own post-Melissa relief broadcast, as you'd have been hearing that running throughout the week, and there is the drop-off location that if you have relief items relating to food and water supplies, personal hygiene and health, right, cleaning and recovery supplies, then you can drop it off here at Nationwide News Network, the first floor at 14 Ocean Boulevard. Yes, Sir Romans, you would just finish up that point about the communication to the students.
Okay. I was saying that we'll have to use the different forms that are available to us, to include flyers in the major centers.
Yes.
To indicate to parents that school nowadays they have these kitchens, different places where meals are issued.
Okay.
And that's one way to put up a flyer to ensure for those who may have missed it. There are different teams of police that goes out. You can always give communication to send out. And us moving out in the community, that what we have done before during COVID to get the word out.
All right, I want to thank you so much, Sir Romans, for speaking with us and just to share what's been happening on the ground. And as you continue to work, not only for your own institution, but as you meet and share with the other principals within the area as well, I want to say on behalf of our team here at Nationwide that, continue the work that you're doing. And it's not easy, but with all the support that that you can get, it will become possible. I know earlier on that you had mentioned if there are some persons who are listening and they're interested in giving some kind of support, how can they make contact with you?
Okay, they can make contact with the school.
Okay. Is there a line there or an email address perhaps, that you could maybe just share the email and the school's telephone number if it's up, and then the persons can make that kind of a contact?
All right, the school email address, blackriver.heh@moey.gov.jm. Currently, the telephone lines are down.
Okay.
But items we can be reached by email.
Okay. Yes, as you'd have shared there. And also that they can also make contact with us here at Nationwide, and we'll find the right way of getting it to you. So not to worry there. So that's blackriver.high. Is that you said dot at MOE?
.high. at moey.gov.jm.
.jm. All right, thank you. I want to say thank you so much, Sir Romans, for taking the time and coming to speak to us, given the challenges on that side of the island. I want to say all the best to you and your staff and your families.
Yes, all the best to you as well.
Yes.
Have a wonderful night.
Our blessings to you. There you have it there. That conversation with the principal of the Black River High School. And, one of the things I must say as well, that I feel like they're part of my family. I had the opportunity to be the guest speaker at their graduation. I believe it was if it's not 2024, it may have been 2023. I think it's 2023. I was their graduation speaker. And so they have become a part of who I am. And I really want to say thank you to the staff there at the Black River High School. Just before we go, though, I was mentioning to us that we also have our own hurricane relief efforts here at Nationwide 90 FM, and I do know that the team will be going out each and every Friday for their broadcast starting Friday, November the 21st. Each Friday they'll be going to a different location, and that includes Westmoreland, St. James, Trelawney, Hanover, and of course ending off there Friday, December 19th in St. Elizabeth. So you don't want to miss that. And again, if you want to donate some kind of items, then you can drop that off here at our studios at the Digital Building downtown Kingston, first floor. That's the 14 Ocean Boulevard. I wanted to end this evening by sharing a video highlight of one of my friends who would have been doing some content work for a project that is being undertaken just now, and he was able to give a drone shot of a few of the schools in that side of the island. I believe as you're looking on screen now, you would see what's happening there with the aftermath. This is the Herbert Morrison Technical High School, and you're looking at those drone shots and you're seeing exactly what has been taking place and what is the situation in that area. And technology allows you to zoom in and to see the damages there. As you can see, the aftermath of Hurricane Melissa, the roofs of the various buildings and the classrooms as well. And it's giving you a picture of also what's happening in the town and what's happening in the courts, on the courts as well, and the debris that's there, the amount of work that's going to take to get these schools up and running. So, and that video is courtesy of Kavon Edwards from Ace Pixel, and I say thank you for sharing that footage, that aerial footage with us, Kavon. That's where we're going to be leaving it for this evening on the A-Team radio show. When we come back next week, as you hear, that we'll be doing a lot more of the online tutoring sessions to help our students. So stick and stay with the Nationwide family, because this is the place to be, especially during a time as this. I want to end with this quote: "Life's biggest challenges are often the catalyst for growth and strength." I want to say thank you to our executive producer, Dennis Brooks, our technical operator, Andrew Anderson, and of course, our guests this evening, Crystal Daly Thompson and Christopher Romans as well. Stick and stay with us in this channel. Have a great weekend as we move into Saturday and Sunday. I'm Damon Scarlett. Have a good night.
You know them expensive and care, and make sure your uniform clean when you are wear.
It's the weekend and the youth are taking over the air.